What's good, everybody? RJ Shelton here, back with another episode of Plain and Simple. Let's go ahead and hop in right to it here. Green Bay Packers went ahead and lost to the Carolina Panthers 13-16. Offense here, total yards of 369 yards. We had a total of 265-yard passing. We had over 104 rushing. Third down efficiency, we were 7 of 13. Fourth down efficiency, we were 2 of 3. And the one that matters the most, we were red zone, which we were 1 of 5, which is not good at all. Not good at all. One fumble, obviously, by Williams there that went ahead and kind of killed the momentum for us to put points on the board first. And then Jordan Love did throw an interception, a deep ball to Watson that he had connected earlier on. If you look at that play, okay, yeah, it's why are you throwing it? But I will say this, that maybe he put too much air underneath it, because I definitely think that he could have went ahead and overthrown that over the safety. I mean, we've seen it before. So you can go ahead and pick your poison on that. Yeah, was that a shot to kind of put a dagger into the game? Yeah, I like the aggressiveness of that. But in that time and situation, you did have Dobbs underneath to go ahead and get a gain for 20. Maybe he goes ahead and turns it to where it's a 40-yard gain, 50-yard gain. Now we're kind of flirting where we can probably get some points up. But it is what it is. Let's get in here, though, to the offense. Since I'm already on it here, Jordan Love, I already mentioned earlier that he did throw an interception. He was 26 of 37 from the field, 273 yards passing. Josh Jacobs had 17 carries for 87 yards, 1 touchdown. Romeo Doubs had 7 catches for 91. I already mentioned earlier, Christian Watson had a pretty big catch in the first half. He had 2 receptions for 58. Luce Musgrave had 3 receptions for 34. A lot of guys touching the football. I mean, let's see here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 guys that at least touch the football this game when it comes to passing game. We all know the news with Tucker Kraft. He's out for the rest of the year with a torn ACL. You hate to see it. It's a part of the game. He had a unreal season up to this point. Lord only knows what he would have done if he wasn't hurt. This next guy's got to step in. We all know that Luke Musgrave has got to be that guy. And, we just got to continue to figure out what we are on the offensive end. And we've all watched that game at noon. And you're sitting there, you're looking, okay, there's so many ways that you can go ahead and say why the Packers lost in this game. Matt LaFleur being the same guy, not knowing really how to use his personnel and how to go ahead and find the identity within this offense. Letting Jordan Love going ahead and being the guy picking apart defenses, which I definitely agree on. Why are we going ahead and doing these screenplays, quick outs and doing crazy plays third down wise where we can make it plain and simple, funny enough, to where we can get 5 yards, get plays to where it's easy on the offense and easy for you as a play caller to go ahead and set up, if you are going to go for it on fourth down, that call. And then last but not least, where are we trying to go as a football team on the offensive side? And I guess that ties back into what is our identity. This was one of those games where you're sitting there and you're like, this is a typical Packer football game. All 3 phases of the game, not playing well at all, not playing complimentary football. Offense is making plays, but why can't we just be more consistent? We don't know what we're doing. You see that everyone, in regards to what is being called, there's some plays, yes, that do look good. There, you can't go ahead and fault the 26 of 37 from the field that Jordan Love was. But it's just the calls when we need to score that we completely fold on. And I don't get how you can go ahead and completely fold on it when you have literally 10 guys on that team that can go ahead from a receiving position or a running position with our running backs that we have. How do we not have an identity as an offense? This is week 9. Jordan Love has got to be the main point. And I think it's time for him right now. And I don't know if it will ever happen to where we need to let him go ahead and just dictate this football team. We all saw when Aaron Rodgers had went ahead and got into all type of scuffles with Matt LaFleur and how he was calling things, how he was doing this, how he was doing that. I mean, I'm sick and tired of seeing these running back coming to the backfield, going ahead, going to the left, running, wrapping around, and we're doing a stretch play to the right side, and then you want him to hop jump across the whole offensive line for him to get into where he needs to get to position himself to go through either gap or which gap he's trying to go to. Yes, the screens, they are good. But for my God, my good brother, put them to rest. Put the screens to rest. Line up 5 wide or line up in some type of West Coast traditional offense to where we can go ahead and get north and south in the run game, and we can go ahead and run flood to the right side. RJ, what is flood? Simple concept here. Outside guy all the way number 1. He goes ahead, he's on a streak. Basically, he's on a go route, outside release. Guy on the inside, number 2, 10-yard out route, 20-yard out route. Guy inside, 5-yard out route. Backside guy goes ahead and runs a dig. We run 20 digs with Dobbs. I think the only route that Romeo Dobbs runs is a dig route, which is fine. Slants, whatever. Then you got your one-on-one coverage. Can we start painting pictures for Jordan Love to just have him to where it's now he's in a rhythm? Run game. Make it simple. Stop doing all this flashy motion, coming all the way across from one end to the other. It's like I'm like repeating myself every time that I get on here and talk about the Green Bay Packers. This was Matt LaFleur's worst loss as a head coach. This was the worst Packer game I have ever watched in my lifetime. It's got to come to a point where we can go ahead and figure out what we are as the offense, because if we think that we're going to be able to go ahead and do the same thing that we did this past weekend against the Philadelphia Eagles Monday night, the Eagles are going to go ahead and put on a show and we're going to get our ass kicked. That's what I'm getting from what I saw last weekend. I don't care about what happened week 1, week 2, week 4. What did you do last weekend? And what you put on tape last weekend, not it. So at this point, I don't get. I'm at a point right now where it is what it is with the Packers. We're wasting Jordan Love's abilities at the quarterback position. We are just basically out there to call things that maybe might work. When it comes nut crunching time, just please hand the keys over to Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur. And I hope that you find something in you on Monday to where I can sit here on a Sunday or a Monday or a Thursday and watch the offense, even if it's where we're down or up or whatever, so that I know that this is consistent what we're going to get from here on out, because we haven't got any type of consistency as of right now, and it's halfway through the season. So we shall see. You already know which one's coming up. It is against the Eagles for this offense. That could be another test, man. They're still a good football team. Philadelphia Eagles. Defense is still good. Defending champs. The way that performance looked from an offensive standpoint, looking like you're going to score 13 points again. But we shall see. I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, it's just one of these games that, you have games like this. No, I'm sick and tired of saying stuff like that or people thinking that that's okay. It's not okay. You're at home. And shout out to the Carolina Panthers. They came in, they did one thing. They were going to, hey, listen, you guys can't stop us running the football. And then this is where I'm going to go ahead and get into the defense as of right now. That was the worst performance from a D-line I've ever seen as well. We are supposed to, quote-unquote, have the best D-line in the NFL. Micah Parsons, nowhere to be found. Rashawn Gary, nowhere to be found. Wyatt, nowhere to be found. Brooks, nowhere to be found. Quay Walker, Edrin Cooper, missing holes, overrunning the gap from where the running back is running. Williams, same as well. It's like, what were we? Did we even take this game serious? Did we even have preparation, or we just rolled our helmets out? And you can be the judge of that. But this was an embarrassment from the defense. I'm sick and tired of seeing Nixon be grabby at 10 yards. Do you watch film? Is the serious question. Or do you trust in your abilities? And you clearly don't trust in your abilities. If you're in the red zone, you're already going ahead and having outside shade within being, I would say, maybe cover 3 or off coverage, why are you still grabbing at 10, 15 yards? Be an athlete. Be an athlete. You did it when Xavier McKinney got a pick. Why can't you do it then? Stop being grabby, especially when you don't need to. You got help inside. This was just very frustrating game in key points. Not stopping the run and not scoring touchdowns, and our kicker not going ahead and being perfect every time he rolls out and goes ahead and kicks whatever distance field goal. Because if you look at it, he makes that field goal at 16-16 is overtime. We probably go ahead and win it over. But again, this game came down to Matt LaFleur being greedy, typical Matt LaFleur, trying to go ahead and stick it to the opponent that went for fourth down. I don't know. Let's see here how many times they went on fourth down and went ahead and converted. They were 2 for 2 on fourth down. So you wanted to play that match game with them in a critical time where we just needed points, and then we go ahead and kick that field goal. Now we're tied. I'm at a point right now with Matt LaFleur. I think whatever happens this year for the Green Bay Packers, and obviously I hope that we go all the way, I would love to go ahead and part ways with Matt LaFleur. I think I can no longer go ahead and watch what he does and how inconsistent he is with this team that we have. Because I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and watch all this talent that we have on this sheet of paper here from the defensive end and offensive end not perform at a high level every time that they step out on the field. Yes, the players need to go ahead and make plays. That's always the key. But at the same time, your coaches need to put you in position and give you some type of leeway and some type of consistency, so you know when you go ahead and step out there, regardless if it's on offense, if it's on defense, if it's on special teams, you know what you need to do every time that you're going to step out on that field. And our head coach is not doing that. And why do you think you see some type of throws that you see from Jordan Love, or like, why did he do that? Or you see some type of run plays that you're like, why are we going left and right? Why are we not just making this simple? Because our offensive coordinator is making it difficult for no reason. Oh, it's not a one-person thing, or it's not a coach thing. Yes, it is. It also is players as well. Don't get me wrong. You can't fumble the football. You can't throw interceptions. But last time I checked, if we are running the same type of style of offense consistently throughout the week, those things shouldn't happen. And for the defensive, well, this was Jeff Hafley's worst game as well. You can't give 163 yards rushing. It's just unacceptable, especially at home. You basically went ahead and got punked in your own plays that Sunday at noon. And then special teams for the Packers. It's been like that for ever since I've been watching them. So it was just a really, really bad loss. A horrible loss. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's going to go ahead and fire anybody up, if it's going to go ahead and make Matt LaFleur go ahead and do something different. We shall see. But they got the Eagles Monday night. I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know. I'm just going to sit here and see what I'm going to get every single Sunday from the Packers. Not going to get high, not going to get too low. Going to try to stay right in the middle as possible. Because this team should be realistically undefeated. You can't lose to the Browns. You can't tie with the Cowboys. And you can't lose to the Carolina Panthers. And that team that they just played lost last week by 31 points. And then they go on the road and win after they went ahead and did what they did last weekend. It's embarrassing. But let's move on here. The Badger football team goes ahead and faces the Washington Huskies. That game is at 3:30. That's another we shall see. For all the good bettors out there, they're not good at home, when it comes to covering. But let's just go ahead and put 14 points up. I mean, we got 7 up last week. Maybe we can go ahead and get 14. Who knows? We shall see. Then our Milwaukee Bucks here. The 3-game stint that we got going on, they go ahead and face the Pacers. They go ahead and face the Raptors. And then the NBA Cup group stage, they go ahead and face the Bulls. 4-2 as of right now. Liking what I'm seeing, that was a tough loss against the Sacramento Kings. Definitely should have went ahead and took care of business there. If we go ahead and look at the stats here, Giannis Antetokounmpo at 26 points. Gary Trent Jr. at 17. Ryan Rollins had 16. AJ Green had 17. Kyle Kuzma had 22. Bobby Portis had 16. That's a very good number for Kyle Kuzma, even though we did come up short. I'm still liking what I'm seeing with just the box score of multiple guys in double digits. And I like kind of where we are and what we're doing. We're living and dying by the three-pointer. I mean, that's kind of just been the Bucks' MO. Shooting 46% this game. Then we shot 59% from the field. Let's see here. Got to obviously have the turnovers down. But again, early in the season, 4-2. Go ahead again. At least be 2-1 within these 3 games. It's not 3-0. Realistically, you should go ahead and be 3-0. But just go ahead and keep playing the way we're playing. Tough. Defend. Giannis, go ahead and orchestrate what's going on. Pick and rolls. Hit open shots. If we do that, we're going to be dangerous. And then obviously, we know that the NCAA basketball has started. Badger basketball goes ahead and faces Campbell Fighting Camels. All right. They should go ahead and take care of that. I've never heard of that. What even type of? Where is that at? Where is that even from here? Let's see. Campbell Fighting Campbell. I have no idea. But they go ahead and face them. They should definitely go ahead and get that squared away. That is their starter. And then for Marquette basketball here, they go ahead and face Albany. Both these teams here should definitely be finishing pretty high in their conference. I don't see them not being a top 5 team within their conference, maybe even top 3. Marquette obviously went ahead and lost some guys, but Smart always has those guys playing at a high level, always competing for the Badger basketball team as well. Seeing some good things, a lot of guys that kind of were transferred throughout, obviously, the NIL and the portal that should go ahead and play competitive as well. So we shall see with all that. I don't know what their motion and what they're trying to go and accomplish this year. Because obviously when you go ahead and get new guys in, things do change. But obviously Greg Garr and his MO, he's always been consistent in what he wants to do. And guys adapt very well to it. So I'm excited to see both these ball clubs. When it comes, basketball time, March Madness time, obviously that's a long way. But we should definitely see what both these programs do. And with that, man, we appreciate you obviously tuning in. Badgers go ahead and face the Washington Huskies Saturday. Obviously, the Packers go ahead on Monday night and face the Philadelphia Eagles. And then you got your Badger men basketball team playing this week. You got the Marquette basketball team playing as well. And then we have the Bucks obviously on that 3-game stint this week. So we got sports, people. We got a lot of action going on. Basketball's kind of more in the rotation now. So we locked in. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you sooner rather than later.